Live streaming on the mobile phone. I haven't done this before. Alright, time to make a fool of myself on the internet. So, just gonna boot up the system and let people join, maybe. Ah, scheiße. Gotta plug in my phone. There we go. Here we go. Computer booting. Oh, Christ. Now... let me type in my password. Okay. We have one viewer. Nice job, me. Right. Now, I'm gonna try and encode this video again to see if it locks up again. Where is the folder? There it is. Gotta let the computer think for a minute. Yep, that's a good light. When your hard drive light's like solid on, then you know something's good happening. Oh, alright, here we go. We got some Winamp, a bunch of useless garbage here. Let's go ahead and run this. Now the reason why I'm making this vlog is because the system locks up whenever I go ahead and encode video with this program, and I have to encode this footage because this footage is set with a variable frame rate, and for some reason, if your footage has a variable frame rate in Premiere Pro, there's no possible way of you syncing up the audio with the video. Meanwhile, when you open it up in like a normal video player, the footage actually is in sync with the audio. So let's go ahead and try to export this again. So there, that's how I name my files. I just smash the keyboard and hope for the best. Maybe I should tinker around with these settings for a little bit. Probably. Constant frame rate. Yeah, constant frame rate. That's what I need. Let's go ahead and try now. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to jump into the BIOS and fiddle around with some stuff in there. Because I have my Ryzen 1800X overclocked to, I'm pretty sure just around 4 gigahertz, which is pretty high for a Ryzen system. So we're just gonna let this thing sit and not touch it. Hopefully it'll encode the video without locking up. So there we go. All right. Yeah, I needed to mute for a second. So here the system locked up. The mouse is not moving. Nothing's happening. I can't control Alt Delete. yeah, the system completely locked up. So we're gonna have to go into the BIOS and tweak with some settings. I might I might lower the clock to 3.9 gigahertz because I know the CPU is stable on that, and I might need, maybe it might be an issue with the memory being overclocked also. I might just bump that down to just 2666. I think that's what the value is for like the amount of megahertz. Oh Christ! All right, I threw it up in there. Okay, I need to enter the BIOS. Oh, is it F12 or delete? I think it's either of those will work. Delete or F2. There we go. Let's see. And here we go. Yep, clock to 4 megahertz. We might have to lower that. Let's go ahead and lower that to. If I remember correctly, this is how you actually overclock it. I don't. Oh, great. Keyboard doesn't want to work also. So I bumped it back down to there. All right. So let's go 39. Yes, that's how you do. All right. Let's see. And memory frequency. Let's just put it up to 2666. Or let's let's fly with 0.5. That seems like hey, nice. YouTube crashed on my phone. That's great. So I went ahead and bumped it down from just 4 gigahertz to 3.9.25 gigahertz. I also bumped down the memory from 280 to 2666. Hopefully that'll fix it. Save and exit. I want these changes. Yes. And let's see if this will make the system stable. And after, if it's stable, then I'll see. Look, some bikers out tonight. I'll go ahead and see if it's the memory that's causing the lockup or the CPU. I remember my computer acting very strange when I had it set at 4. I remember my computer acting pretty strange when I had it set at 4.25 gigahertz, where it would just crash when exporting video out of Premiere Pro. So it might be the same issue here. So let's go ahead and open up Handbrake again and try and do this. I want web, I want at 1080p, I want constant 60 FPS. Go ahead and get that file. You can delete these. We don't need them. Is my delete button working? Oh well. Does it want to work? Can I delete from this window? Yes, I can. Delete, delete. Take this footage. And that looks set browse. Good. That's good enough. And let's see, 60. Yep, that looks good. Let's see if it locks up now. Probably not. But you never know. For me, this is like trial and error because this is my first computer, let alone overclocking experience, right? All right. So it's almost at 10% done, which is a lot farther than before. We can see all the cores over there, like maxing out. We can even see the RAM peaking up a little bit also. Uh, it looks pretty solid to me. Go ahead and connect my phone to the charger again. While that exports, I will. Oh Christ! Come on, fingers. There. I have done some little cable management since the last time I've actually shown the rig on camera. Like before, it was like pretty messy. And I also changed out the cooler, added some fans, and actually finally figured out how to put the power supply shroud on it. Because before I thought the motherboard was blocking the holes to hooks for the shroud, like slide in, but turns out I was just being me. And configured all those lights. Yeah, I like the last thing I plan to do this to do to this computer is add like a single light strip to lighten it up a little bit because it's pretty dark, and I also have some stickers here that I want to show off more. So yeah, you can see that hard drive light flickering, and it hasn't locked up yet. So either the memory was overclocked too much or the CPU was overclocked too much. I'm on the fence on which was causing a problem, because Ryzen's aren't known for going up to 4 gigahertz that much without a good cooler, let alone the actual chip being able to boost up that high. But it also might be memory, because the memory I got stock runs at 240 or 400 megahertz, which isn't that high, and pushing it to 2800 might be a bit much for it, and 2666 might be a lot better for it. So it's already 40% done. I'll let this encode if it does, and we'll jump back into the BIOS and do some trial and error, see which makes the handbrake lock up the system, or maybe even I might try IDA64 or stressed CPU test or memory test. I'll try both of those out. Because I actually haven't, well, I have done a stress test on this system before. That was both with the old CPU, the 1700, and with the new CPU before overclocking it, so at, I'm pretty sure, 3.8 gigahertz. So, how do I entertain you people while this video encodes? We got a cool Cooler Master keyboard, which for some reason out of the box, some of the buttons don't work, or some of the keys don't work for some reason, and I have to mash down this button to make it work. So for example, this Windows key won't work. Okay. So if I can reach around, this connected right there. So this keyboard, it's a good keyboard. I like the colors on it. The colors are very vibrant. But one thing I don't really like is the lack of macro keys, and the fact that my keyboard specifically came kind of broken in the box, I guess. So for example, this key doesn't work. Like, it does work, but for some warranty, I don't. When I bought the keyboard, I didn't buy warranty with it. However, since I didn't actually like break it, like I bought this back when I still had my Dell laptop, and I connected this keyboard to that Dell laptop, and even then, it would have the same issue where this button wouldn't work, the spacebar wouldn't work, and some of the arrow keys wouldn't work. So it might be liable for manufacturer warranty. Another thing I noticed is this F key sometimes changes color for like no, like not completely change color, but kind of lose its hue, sort of, where it doesn't really match the other keys. But if I press it, then it like matches back to the other keys, which is kind of strange. But so I have to mash that button down really hard, and see, now it works. Now it doesn't work. My theory is there's something wrong with the solder joints on this keyboard, or the switches are bad. Who plays Nickelback when they bike? So mashing, see, so that key works, but for some reason this key, when I mash down that key, I don't know what happens, but sort of like makes these keys work. Like here, now it works fine. And same thing for the spacebar, where I open up a new text document. You see the space is actually working. Kind of strange, but at the same time, I'm not too sure what the exact problem is. I'm pretty sure there's bad solder joints on this keyboard. I haven't actually taken it apart to look at it because I still kind of want to take it in for a return or for a manufacturer warranty. So here we are, 80% done encoding. So system now stable. Good, not good. I kind of want to stay at 4 gigahertz, but if that means having an unstable system, then oh well. But if it's just the memory, then ooh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, probably just like shakes it up a little and oh Christ. I'm not a, well, if it were to jostle it, then I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that I pressed that key really down hard, and for some reason the rest of the keys work. Same thing when I mash down pretty much when I mash down any of these keys, it kind of like makes the keys that didn't work out of the box work. It's a really, it's a nice keyboard. I like the colors, but kind of annoying when your spacebar gives out and you're typing mid-sentence. Got some electrical tape on my desk. I've had this. This is a Kone XTD. It's a all right mouse. It's not the best. Feels cheap, and the lights on this side they work, but this one I've noticed some like discoloration. I don't know why. Probably some of the LEDs burn out, but even then, do LEDs really burn out? Probably. That's probably the case with this one. It's either bad, the LED's gone bad, or there's not enough power going to them, which is probably these keys aren't working. They don't work sometimes. It's because they don't have enough power, because they have enough power to show light, but not enough power to register the keystroke. That's my hypothesis. Okay, finished. One error. Okay. Where do I see the errors? Does this work? Let me go ahead and check. Oh, okay. There. So here, the audio is so synced up, and I'll even take the original video, so where is it? It is up here. So see, the audio is all synced up in this when in the default Windows video player. But when I open up Premiere Pro, give it a second to load up. But when I open up Premiere Pro and put in a video with, for example, laggy footage, I'd say, where they're stuttering and the frame rate drops in game, I get this really annoying thing where the footage, it would like lag out, but the audio stays not laggy. And it's pretty much impossible to sync the audio with the video. So here, see the audio. You see the audio is like very slightly not in sync. But with this new footage, hopefully it'll be in sync. So get rid of that. Let's go ahead and drag in our new footage that we encoded, and hopefully it'll be in sync. Change sequence settings. You see now the audio is in sync with the menu sounds and everything else. It's very strange. I don't know why Premiere Pro can figure it out on its own when the built-in video player can manage to sync the audio with a variable frame rate video. But yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut this stream short because I have to go now. But at least we figured out why the system locks up. So yeah, this was a quick little dumb stream. Wanted to test it out. Instead of recording me doing this process and then having to edit it minimalistically, I might as well just live stream it and then upload the raw stream onto my YouTube channel and maybe like edit it. If it's like a long video or a long stream, I might cut it up to where's the best parts or highlights and add some, things to spicing it up a little bit. But I kind of like live streaming instead of recording the raw, recording like this dumb process because it's live, and I've kind of wanted to delve into live streaming more. However, the Wi-Fi card in my computer isn't that great. Good on me. But yes. You might expect this, expect to see more of these like short little live streams that'll be like, what, 30 minutes long of me screwing around with different stuff. But yeah, I hope you like this short little live stream. I know it's not like the best, but at least it's something. I try to produce at least like one thing per week, and I don't want it to be like the same thing over and over again. I try to do something new for each week. And I think this is a good change, I would say. So, bye.